Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. I am Ms. Shazia Anjum from Mathematics Department of APS Fort Road. This is our third week of online support program. Our today's topic is solution of radical equations of three different types. Type 1, ax plus b under the square root is equal to cx plus d. Type 2, x plus a under the square root plus x plus b under the square root is equal to x plus c under the square root. And type 3, x square plus px plus m under the square root plus x square plus px plus n under the square root is equal to q. And at the end of this lesson, you will be able to solve exercise 1.4 by yourself. Let's start our topic with the definition of radical equations. An equation involving expression under the radical sign is called a radical equation. For example, x plus 3 under the square root is equal to x plus 1 and x minus 1 under the square root is equal to x minus 2 under the square root plus 1. These are two examples of radical equations. In first equation, students, as expression x plus 3 is written under radical sign, and in second equation the expressions x minus 1 and x minus 2 are written under radical sign. That's why these equations are radical equations. Steps to solve radical equation are: step 1. While solving a radical equation, first we simplify it to change it to an equation which is radical free. Step 2. We solve radical free equation to get its roots. Roots of radical free equation may or may not satisfy radical equation. Step 3. Roots which satisfy radical equation are also roots of radical equation, and the roots which do not satisfy radical equation are called its extraneous roots. Step 4. We exclude extraneous roots from solution set, and in solution set we write only those roots which satisfy our given radical equation. There are some important points to note, students. The first one is, without checking roots, it is not possible to write down the solution set of a radical equation. And the second one is, for each type of radical equation, the method to change it to a radical free equation is different. First of all, we solve radical equations of type 1, which is ax plus b under the square root is equal to cx plus d. Here in this equation, students, x is the variable and a, b, c, d are constants. If you identify your type 1, you will observe that there are two linear expressions on each side of equation. One is ax plus b and the other is cx plus d. And one linear expression out of these two is written under the radical sign. So this is how we identify our type 1 radical equations. Your related questions from exercise 1.4 are question number 1, 2, 3 and 4, and here I'll solve question number 3 for you. Your question number 3 is 4x is equal to 13x plus 14 under the square root minus 3. When we solve it, students, we shift minus 3 from right hand side to left hand side, so it becomes 4x plus 3 is equal to 13x plus 14 under the square root. If you observe this equation, students, we have two linear expressions on each side of equation. The one is 4x plus 3 and the other is 13x plus 14, and one linear expression out of these two is written under the square root sign. So it confirms that our given radical equation is of type 1. As I told you earlier, that for each type of radical equation, the method to convert this equation to a radical free equation is different. So now we'll see that how can we convert our type 1 radical equation to a radical free equation. Students, we take square on both sides only once to change this radical equation to a radical free equation. So when we take square on both sides, we get 4x plus 3 whole square is equal to 13x plus 14 under the square root whole square. you can apply identity 1 on left hand side to expand this square, which is a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. When we apply this identity on left side to expand it, we get 16x square plus 24x plus 9, and when we expand square on the right hand side, as your square will cancel square root, so we get 13x plus 14. So we convert this quadratic equation, which is radical free, in the standard form. So its standard form is 16x square plus 11x minus 5 is equal to 0. Students, in your earlier exercises, you have learned 3 methods to solve a quadratic equation. The first one is factorization, the second is completing square, and the third is quadratic formula. So now it's up to you. You can adopt any one method out of these 3. You can find easy. And so here we are solving it by using the method of factorization. So we get 2 factors on left side, 16x minus 5 and x plus 1. So 16x minus 5 into x plus 1 is equal to 0. Students, we get 2 roots. One is x is equal to 5 by 16, another is x is equal to minus 1. As mentioned earlier, in case of radical equations, it is not possible to write down solution set unless we check both the roots. So first we'll check both the roots one by one. First we put x is equal to 5 by 16 in our equation number 1, and after simplification we get 5 by 4 is equal to 5 by 4, which is a true sentence. It means x is equal to 5 by 16 satisfies our given radical equation, so it is a root of our given radical equation. Now we put x is equal to minus 1 in the given equation, and after simplification we get minus 4 is equal to minus 2, which is not a true statement. It means x is equal to minus 1 does not satisfy our given radical equation. That's why it is an extraneous root. So we exclude x is equal to minus 1, and our solution set comprises only on 5 by 16. Let's move to type 2 radical equations, which is x plus a under the square root plus x plus b under the square root is equal to x plus c under the square root. Here x is the variable of equation and a, b, c are constants. Identification of type 2 is, students, you will have 3 linear expressions in the form of sum or difference, and all the 3 expressions will be written under radical signs. So this is how we identify our type 2 radical equations. Related questions from exercise 1.4 are question number 5, 6, 7 and 8. Here students, I'll solve question 8 for you. Your question number 8 is 4a plus x under the square root minus a minus x under the square root is equal to under root a. In this question, your x is variable of equation and a is representing some constant. Students, to convert type 2 radical equation to an equation which is radical free, we take square on both sides twice. So when you take square on both sides for the first time, make sure that your equation should be arranged in a way that 2 linear expressions under the radical sign should be on left side, should be on one side, and third should be on the other side. As our question number 8 is arranged the same way, so we can take square on both sides for the first time. So let's take square on both sides. After taking square, we get 4a plus x under the square root minus a minus x under the square root whole square is equal to under root a whole square. We can apply identity 2, that is a minus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab on the left hand side. To expand the square, and on the right hand side your square will cancel square root and we get a on right side. So after simplification, students, we get 4a is equal to 2 into 4a square minus 3ax minus x square under the square root, and when we divide both sides by 2 to further simplify this equation, we get 2a is equal to 4a square minus 3ax minus x square under the square root. Students, before we take square on both sides for the second time, you have to make sure that your expression under the radical sign should be isolated on one side of the equation. Otherwise, your equation will not change to a radical free equation and you may get radical expression again. So Let's take square on both sides for second time. We have 2a whole square is equal to 4a square minus 3ax minus x square under the square root whole square. And when we take square on left side, we get 4a square, and when we simplify right, your square will cancel your square root and we get 4a square minus 3ax minus x square. Let's shift the three terms on the right hand side to left hand side and simplify your expression. You get x square plus 3ax is equal to 0. So if we factorize this quadratic expression by taking x common, we get x into x plus 3a is equal to 0. So either x is 0 or x plus 3a is 0. So we get two roots. One is x is equal to 0 and the other is x is equal to minus 3a. As in case of radical equations, it is not possible to write down solution set unless we check our roots. So let's check both the roots one by one. First we put x is equal to 0 in equation number 1, and after simplification we get under root a is equal to under root a, which is a true statement. Now we put x is equal to minus 3 in equation number 1, and after simplification we get minus under root a is equal to under root a, which is not a true statement. It means x is equal to 0 satisfies our given radical equation, but x is equal to minus 3a does not, so it's an extraneous root. So our solution set contains only one root, which is 0. Students, now we solve type 3 radical equations, that is x square plus px plus m under the square root plus x square plus px plus n under the square root is equal to q. Here in this equation, students, x is variable of equation and all the other alphabets are representing constants. Students, identification of type 3 is you will have two quadratic expressions in the form of sum or difference. Both will be under radical sign such that they will have identical square and linear terms. Your related questions from exercise 1.4 are question number 9, 10 and 11. Here students, I will solve question number 11 for you. Your question number 11 is x square plus 3x plus 9 under the square root plus x square plus 3x plus 4 under the square root is equal to 5. If you identify type of this equation, students, you have two quadratic expressions in the form of sum. Both are under radical sign and they have same square and linear terms. Students, to change type 3 radical equations to an equation which is radical free, we make a substitution and then we take square on both sides twice. So let me explain all this through this question. In this question, students, we will make a substitution x square plus 3x is equal to y. Here x square plus 3x are the terms which are identical to both quadratic expressions. After this substitution, our given equation takes form y plus 9 under the square root plus y plus 1 under the square root is equal to 5. So when we take square on both sides for the first time, we get y plus 9 under the square root plus y plus 4 under the square root whole square is equal to 5 square. Students, you can apply identity 1 on the left hand side to expand the square, which is a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. After simplification, students, we get 2 multiplied by y square plus 13y plus 36 under the square root is equal to minus 2y plus 12. When we take minus 2 common from right hand side, we get minus 2 into y minus 6, and now we divide both sides with 2 to further simplify this equation and get y square plus 13y plus 36 under the square root is equal to minus into y minus 6. Now we take square on both sides again. Before you take square for the second time, make sure that your expression under the radical sign should be isolated on one side of the equation. So after taking square on both sides, we get y square plus 13y plus 36 under the square root whole square is equal to minus into y minus 6 whole square. Students, on the left hand side, your square will cancel your square root, and on the right hand side, your minus sign will change to plus just because of this whole square. And you can apply identity 2 to expand y minus 6 whole square, which is a minus b whole square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. After simplification, after combining the like terms, we get 25y is equal to 0. Now we divide both sides with 25 to further simplify this equation and get y is equal to 0. As you all know, students, solving an equation means finding the value of variable which occurs in your equation. So here we are supposed to find the value of x and not of y. For this we have to do the back substitution. So we put y is equal to 0 in x square plus 3x is equal to y and get x square plus 3x is equal to 0. Now we can factorize our quadratic expression on the left hand side by taking x common. So we have x into x plus 3 is equal to 0. So either x is 0 or x plus 3 is 0. So we get two roots. One is x is equal to 0 and the other is x is equal to minus 3. As you know, students, in case of radical equations, it is not possible to write down solution set without checking the roots. So we check both the roots by substituting x is equal to 0 and x is equal to minus 3 one by one in our given radical equation. And on checking, we find that x is equal to 0 and x is equal to minus 3 both satisfy our given radical equation. So these are roots of our given radical equation. So our solution set contains both the values of x, 0 and minus 3. At the end of chapter number 1, there is miscellaneous exercise 1 given on page number 15 and 16 of your textbook. In this exercise, students, there are 3 questions. In question number 1, there are 9 MCQs. In question number 2, there are 10 short questions. And out of these 10 short questions, 5 are related with exercise 1.1, 1.2 and 1.4. While in the remaining 5, you are required to give some definitions. In question number 3, you have 10 fill in the blanks. Students, you can easily find definitions in the summary given on page number 16 of your textbook. I hope you will be able to solve exercise 1.4 and miscellaneous exercise 1 by yourself. And if you find any difficulty, you can consult your respective maths teacher. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.